Rajat Sethi, that's a point. That's a point being made. The Prime Minister said message of God when the bridge collapse took place in Bengal. The fact is, the opposition has perhaps every right to raise those questions about what exactly happened. Do you think the government is trying in some way to be overly dismissive of some of these questions, including the fact, as I said, a February letter, there's a CAG report, all of which there are systemic issues that need to be tackled?
By all means, I think the opposition is perfectly fine raising those questions, and they should be vocal through the process of investigation and should keep asking those questions. There is absolutely no problem in that. But this vulture's unsatiated appetite to look for a head somewhere is where the problem is, and that political head is what they want. They don't want a smaller head deep down. They don't want to look at the problem. They are really not interested in the systemic issues. Had they been interested, situation wouldn't have come to a level after 75 years of our independence that railway continues to be an area where a lot of additional work has to be done.
Okay, Rohan Gupta, Rajat Sethi says you are acting like vultures. You want the head of the minister. You don't really want to address the systemic failures.
Rajiv, you tell me one thing, whether it is sabotage or incident or negligence, don't you feel railway minister is responsible? We have the precedents in our country that railway ministers have resigned immediately pending inquiry. It's not about the cause of the incident. At the end of the day, whatever is the cause, the railway minister is primarily responsible for any of the reasons. So why there is
are we saying that in Rohan Gupta, every time there's a rail accident, the railway minister resigns?
Majorly, when the major, this is not a small incident, Rajdeep. Major incidents, railway ministers have always resigned. And here you have 9 February report, Rajdeep, which was ignored by the railway ministry. Don't you feel that it is a direct responsibility of rail minister? When you are ignoring 9 February report, questioning the signaling equipment failure, and you are not ready to resign now. I think that's a...
Mr. Mani, will we get to the root cause really, in your view, in an accident like this, and will it lead to course correction? You see, the worry is that once we move away from this story, will there be enough focus? Do you think there needs to be more focus on railway safety, even as the railway infrastructure expands exponentially? A lot of capital expenditure being put into the railways by the Modi government. Should safety also be prioritized?
So give me 2 minutes.
Yes, sir.
Let's put things in perspective. The fatality rates of railway accidents have come down from 500 to 600 per year to less than 50 for last 4 years. And this has happened not because of magic, but certain measures taken over the years. No politics there. Elimination of level crossings, unmanned level crossings to manned or grade separation. More investment into track. That's the perspective I want to begin with. Not gainsaying that more focus should not be on railway safety. It should be. As for the probe, Commissioner of Railway Safety goes into every accident where there is a fatality. This is a massive accident with massive consequences, and it has shook the country. I would have preferred a judicial probe here, but since the government may have information about some criminality, so CBI probe can go parallelly, but the perception is also important, and I would have preferred a judicial probe. To answer your last question, whether things would improve, I do hope things will improve, because both the probes, certainly the Commissioner of Railway Safety probe, will throw up whether there were systemic failures in attending to signal maintenance, and whether certain shortcuts are being done repeatedly.
So in a way, what you are saying,
because this kind of
I think what you are saying is important. You are saying judicial probe, perhaps, so that it can be fair, transparent, time-bound. Otherwise, it may well be influenced, some would suggest, or the perception will be that it can be influenced while the CBI probe continues. Maybe that's the kind of suggestion, and I'm glad that all of you have come up with some constructive suggestions of the way forward. It is a tragedy of unimaginable proportions, and therefore the response also must be of the same level.